What's up, you guys? Welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the BYND 4x4 tactical camper shell. We're going to be going over if it's waterproof, we're going to be going over some specs, and just overall if I would recommend it or not. Let's go ahead and now get into the video and I'll show you guys. The reason we're doing today's video is because I always get a bunch of questions asked about this camper shell. Like, for example, would I recommend it? Would I buy it over again? What's the specifications on it? And just a lot of little things like that. So today's video, I'm going to try to go over those quick little points. It's not going to be a crazy in-depth review. If you guys still have questions about it, go ahead and comment down below or go ahead and send me an Instagram DM and I'll go ahead and be happy to reply to you. So basically what this bad boy is right here, it is from BYND 4x4. So cool thing about this camper shell is, as you guys can see, it is super tactical. And the only reason why they say that is because you can attach a lot of things to this, both inside, outside. And another cool thing about it is you can actually design it to how you want it. For example, as you can see right now, I got the tactical version so that way I can mount stuff on here. I've been kind of lazy to do it, but basically you can mount your traction boards, you can mount anything like that, gas tanks, stuff like that onto the side. And then you're gonna notice right here, there is two latches and there is locks on them. So yes, this whole camper shell is lockable all the way around because all three doors do open. So once you have them unlocked, you can go ahead and push the button just like that. And then it opens just like that. So like I was saying, inside there is also going to be another molly panel where you can attach more stuff. On the opposite side, I usually carry my recovery gear as far as like my ropes and my straps, stuff like that. And I also carry a medical kit, which you guys will see in a bit. It's just really, really nice having something like this because you can reach in, grab anything like that. As far as for me, I do have a decked USA system. So the bed is actually raised, so it's very easy for me to grab stuff in and out. I really like it. It has the spring shocks like that. And another cool thing about this system is if you come right over here, once again, just like that, this bad boy also has shocks. So it's going to have shocks all the way around, and you can get this system in either steel or in aluminum. Just keep in mind, if you do get the aluminum, which is the one that I have currently, it's been super stable, but the aluminum one, you could only carry 440 pounds of weight up top. So keep that in mind. If you guys do get the steel version, that one you can carry up to 880 pounds. So for example, if you guys do plan on carrying a rooftop tent up top at all times and never taking it off, you'd probably want to go with the steel version. As far as for me, I only mount the rooftop tent when I do go out camping, which nowadays is very rare, I'm not gonna lie. So for me, the aluminum version was a lot better. It saves me on weight, and my tent overall isn't heavy anyway, and I don't weigh much. So it's still under the 440 pounds. And it still has the same exact stuff that the steel version would have. Just like I said, the load rating's a little different. Another thing I did want to talk about is if we close this bad boy up right here, you're going to notice it also comes with the third brake light right up top. So that way you can go ahead and wire it up to your tail lights. So when you are braking, you'll have that and it'll be legal. Another thing I wanted to talk about is really quick, I'll close it up. So you're going to notice back here, there is a glass. So I did want that only because I can still, you're going to notice right here, there is a glass. And like I was telling you guys earlier, on the side doors, I have the molly panels. But for you at home, you could go ahead and choose if you want also some windows like this. You can get them off on the side as well. So if you don't like the look of the molly panel and you don't plan on like mounting stuff to it, the glass version may be a little better for you. Me personally, it's not that I wanted to mount stuff. Only reason was that I got that is because I felt it's a little bit more secure as far as when you lock stuff up. Right here, I feel like if someone really wants to get in, they can break this glass. With the side ones, they can't. So it's just a little bit more protection in my mind. And I just feel like it's harder to see in when everything's closed up. That's why I went that route. Another cool thing that you can add on yours is on either side, you can actually add a big bin, which will be the size of the window, the side window. And cool thing with that bin is if you come right over here, when you do open it, once again, I do have some stuff mounted here, which usually I have also my ropes but I did have to use it last week, so that's why it's right here, because I did get stuck, so I had to pull it down. But you can mount anything you want on here. But back to what I was saying is, when you open it, you'd have like a big storage bin right here if you did order that. And it's pretty cool because say you want to go solar or anything like that, you can put all your solar panel controllers or your recovery gear or anything like that. So you don't have a deck system, this drawer will be actually super, super helpful. I can't say too much just yet, but I have something planned with this and you guys will see in the future, so stay tuned for that. So now we're going to talk about the lead time. The lead time on these bad boys is roughly anywhere between 10 to 12 weeks, which honestly, that's not that bad. If you see other camper shells on the market right now, one, they're crazy more expensive, and two, the lead time usually is a lot longer than that. Another thing to keep in mind is, if I was you guys, go ahead and hit up BYND 4x4 directly. Sometimes they already have them in stock, so then that lead time cuts down by a lot. So just keep that in mind if you guys do want to get one. Another cool thing about these shells is, yes, it does come to your front door unassembled, but it is super, super, super simple to actually put it together. It's just a couple bolts and it slaps right together. If you want to see the video on how we installed mine and put it together, check out the description box below because I've already filmed a video on it. But literally anybody can do it. And the cool thing about putting this thing together is it takes very small amount of tools, and these tools you probably already have them in your garage because it's simple day-to-day tools. Everything that's needed as far as hardware and stuff like that and sealant, it does also come provided with the kit, so it makes life easy. And once again, that video is in the description box below if you want to see how we built it out, so you can make your decision off of that. You can also always ask me questions on how I did it, and if you have like any insight or anything like that, go ahead and let me know. I always love to hear you guys' feedback on stuff. And another thing that I wanted to touch on from earlier about the installation, say you guys don't want to do it and you guys want somebody to put it together, go ahead and send BYND 4x4 an email, or go ahead and try to contact me. I believe if you're in the area that he's at, he has a couple installers for you. So just keep that in mind. Of course, it's going to be a fee, but just keep it in mind if you guys want some help on the install. But it's super simple. You might not even need it. Description box below for that install video. And before we actually end today's video, I did want to touch a little bit on the cons. So overall, from having this already a little over 6 months, I found 3 major ones. First thing's going to be, which isn't really a major thing because I know other campers also come like this, is it being unassembled. Like I said earlier, 1, you can have them put it together for you, or 2, you can watch my video. We went step by step, made it super simple for you, and you can always contact me for questions. So I would say that's probably one thing. It'd be nice, you know, if it came to your door assembled, but then as far as shipping, that would probably be crazy expensive. So you got to keep that in consideration. Second thing that I wanted to touch on is, when you do get yours, the fitment may not be 100%. It will and it won't. Let me explain why. So if you come right over here, I'll tell you guys. So right now we'll go ahead and go inside the camper. But if you see, mine is super flush with the cab right here. So coming right here up close just to show you guys. So on your Tacoma, you're going to have a rail that goes from here all the way across the other way. So you're going to notice my camper shell actually does fit flush with it. So it's super, super good fitment. And if you see right here, the fitment is actually 100%. So this is exactly how you're going to want it. Only thing, you do have to modify it if you want it like that. If you don't want to modify it, you're going to have 2 options to install it. In the video when we installed mine, it was actually installed the forward position. What the forward position is, which I'll explain a little more right now, it would be super close to the window here. As far as for me, I was really scared about that, honestly, because going off-road, it could shatter your window. I mean, a bunch of people have these and it hasn't happened. So I didn't want nothing to bang across the glass and crack it. So that really had me a little bit scared, but when we first installed it in the install video, it was super close. So keep that in mind. I know I keep repeating it, but I want you guys to know and have this information to make your decision on when to buy it. And then the second position is going to be the outermost out piece. So if you install it that way, once again from earlier when I showed you guys that rail, you're going to have to install it in back of the rail. And that, if you come right over here, if you guys see on other pictures that I've posted on Instagram, this would actually sit a little back. So when this is all closed up, I'll show you guys just to give you a good demonstration. And I'll also post a picture here to show you guys. But if you install it on the outermost, this piece here is actually going to overhang a little bit. So it's not going to be a crazy amount of overhang, but it will overhang a little bit. And once again, as you can tell, mine, it sits super flush. Let me explain to you and show you what I did to make it this flush. So that way, when you guys receive it, you can get it done, because it'll be a lot easier to do it when you receive it than doing it when it's all built out. Let's come inside. We're coming inside the camper shell here. Keep in mind, this is the one closest to the truck of the cab. So you're gonna notice right here, I do have black tape. It's not regular black tape, so I know it looks ugly, but this is actually HVAC tape. So this is meant to seal it for me. So the way I made mine fit super flush is when you receive yours, this back piece here, which you see the window there, which goes towards the cab of the truck, yours is going to have, it's going to go from here all the way to the other side. It's going to have like a rail that drapes over. So you're going to see it's kind of like an L bracket that's long all the way across. So what I did on mine, I literally just got the Sawzall and chopped that whole rail off. So mine is now straight. And once again, once you get yours, you'll see what I'm talking about. I wish I recorded it for you guys, but I'm sorry. I didn't know it was going to work. So that's why I didn't record it. But you'll see what I'm talking about when you receive yours. Yours is going to have like an L bracket. That L bracket is meant to actually sit on the Tacoma bed rail, if that makes sense. It's what stops it from going forward. And that's why earlier I was telling you guys there's a back position or a forward position. Reason why is that would technically go in back of the rail, which makes the camper fit back. Or if you put it over the rail, that's what makes it go super close to the glass. So I didn't want that. I wanted mine to be super adjustable. That's why I went ahead and just chopped it off. After I did that, I did spray it with some car paint, so that way it doesn't rust out or mess up or I get cut. So I sanded it down, I painted it, and then I reinstalled it, but I also put a seal under here. That seal that I used, I got it on Amazon. It was super cheap. I laid it down, and then I laid the camper shell on it, and then I just bought some HVAC tape and taped right over it. That's what this is. I just used it so that way it's super water sealed back here. And yeah, that's basically how I fixed this. You don't have to do it, but for me, I wanted it to fit 100% flush. That's what I had to do to make it work. All right, you guys, and the last thing that I did find with this camper shell was the third brake light. It's pretty bright. Only thing, you have to wire it up yourself. I told you guys that earlier when we were going over it, but that's the only other con I can find. As far as the whole camper shell though, would I recommend it? Would I buy it again? I would recommend it for those that want something that's versatile, affordable, easy to assemble, and can easily be taken down and reinstalled with 2 people. So for those people, yes. Now there is different styles, of course. If you guys want one that's like one solid, type of camper, then go ahead and go with a different company. But as far as for me, for the price, for what it comes with, for every option that it has, I thought it was a good buy. So would I buy it again? I'd have to say yes. So it just depends on you, how you want the truck to look, and of course, how you want it to perform. I got the aluminum one once again, just because it was a lot lighter. I didn't want this truck to be heavy since I do go off-road a lot. For you guys that do go camping more, in all honesty, I'd probably say get the steel one so you can run your rooftop tent without worrying it bending or anything like that. So those are the only 3 cons that I could find with this thing. Overall, if you do want it, description box below, once again, with the discount code. There it is, you guys, the quick review on this. Just keep in mind, 2024 is around the corner. This might get switched up. If it does, you'll see with what. It might surprise you, it might not. Stay tuned if it happens or not. Be subscribed, turn those bell notifications on. Please make sure to like the video. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
JesseRizo is here for you. It's here for you, now. Like I said, it's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.